Hi everyone, this is Ram from Informatica Global Customer Support Team. In this video, we'll see FAQs on file listener in Cloud B2B or IICS. So this is a part 8 video. So till part 7 video, we have covered everything related to file listener at the task flow, file listener at file path task, and file listener at file mass ingestion task, and file listener in B2B gateway partner. And also we talked about how to debug the file listener issues. And in this, we'll see some of the common FAQs. So first one is, after creating a file listener and if we leave it, will it listen? These are the common questions that are asked by our customers. So if you can have an idea on these questions, then it will be very much useful. So the first question, as we know, like when you create a file listener, so if you leave as it is, then it is not like it won't listen to the particular folder. You need to assign to a task flow or any file ingestion task or any B2B gateway partner. Okay. And what is the minimum time that file listener checks for defined file patterns? You can see I have created a FL underscore demo 8 and the minimum time. So you can see the minimum time. This is checked every 15 seconds. That means for every 15 seconds, this FL will check for the configured folder. So the configured folder I have, it is C:FL4. So if you want, that is the minimum period, and 5 is not the minimum period, 15 is the minimum period. And if you want, you can go up to 55 seconds and then seconds to minutes and hours. So when I click on hours, so you can see 23 hours. So this is a maximum time that FL can check to the desired location. Next one is, can we change the name of the FL after creation? No, we cannot change the name of the FL after creation. You need to delete the FL and then you need to recreate once again if you want to change the name of the FL. Now, if there are multiple FL underscore demo FLs, file listeners created by different users of the same organization, under the task flow level, while selecting FL, we cannot see the FL owner. How to solve this? Now we can see, so the question is like, there are two. For example, FL underscore demo is a file listener that got created by a user A and a user B. Now at the task flow level, at the start of the task flow, if you want to select, then you can see, so generally we'll come to here and we'll keep binding type as event and we'll go and we'll search here FL underscore demo. So when I search, so let me search here FL underscore demo file listener task. So when I search here, you can see FL underscore demo, it is one, and the third one is also the one. So we don't know like which user or in which folder. For example, A user has created in a folder A and B user has created in a folder B. Now how to get these folder names? So in order to get that, click on the first one, FL underscore demo. When I click on and go to input fields, now we can see this file listener is coming from a RAM project underscore FL. From this project it is coming. Now go to start once again, and again let's go to here and let me search for FL underscore demo once again. Click on the third one. Now you can go to input fields. Now you can see this is coming from Amrita 2 folder. That means if you cannot see here in which folder, you need to come to input fields and you need to see. And is it possible to schedule FL instead of start option? So schedule options are available. We can see here. These are the schedule options. So if you want to schedule at 8 o'clock, for example, today 8 o'clock, if you want to schedule, you need to click 20 and then it will check until, so whatever the defined time, then it will start at that time. So you can schedule the FL, but if you want to start, you can start now as well. So if you want to start immediately, then you can click on start button. And is it possible to change the name of the start and end in a task flow? So start you cannot change, but end the task in a task flow you can change. Sometimes unable to change the name of the FL at the task flow. What's the reason? Now let me go to the task flow. Now this is a task flow. Now I'm going to select FL underscore demo 8. So this is the demo 8 which I already created. So I'm clicking on this, and when I go to input fields, now you can see. So this is created by in this folder and in this file listener folder. Now this is a task flow. Now I'm going to save this task flow and I'm going to publish this task flow. So when you publish the task flow, you know that task flow will become a subscriber to the file listener. Now when I come here again, when I go to the start, and if I want to change the file listener, I cannot change. So this is the error. We might think that the screen got stuck. No. So as you have published, that's why you are unable to change the file listener. But you here still, if you have published, you can see the published options. So you need to click on this and unpublish it. So when you unpublish it, then the task flow will get unpublished. Then if you go again you can see unpublished option is grayed out. That means it is not yet published yet. Then go to click on file listener. Now you can change the file listener. Next one is I assigned a FL to task flow like we did now and save and didn't publish it. Can we start the FL without any error? No. So you need to publish it. Then only the task flow will become a subscriber to the FL and you can start the FL. Then you can start the FL. Otherwise, the FL cannot start. Is it possible to modify the FL when it is in running state? No. When the FL is in running state, you cannot modify. You need to make the FL into stopped state and or suspended state, and then you can modify. Next, FL is not configured to listen for update files event. It is configured for create file events. But you have updated a file. Will the updated byte shown in the snapshot file? So this snapshot file we have talked about in the previous video. You can check that video for more information on this. Now you can see, so that question, like if you see, like I have an FL, so okay, so that is config, and in the task flow, if you see in the task flow, I have selected FL underscore demo 8 and I didn't publish it. So you can see unpublished is not there. That means it didn't get published. And when I go to FL underscore demo 8, if I start, then you cannot start, unable to start. Even file is not associated to any task. We might think that I have assigned to this file listener to this task flow, but you didn't publish. So when I publish, then you will get this message, it is published successfully. Then if I start, then it will start successfully. Now you can see the file listener will start successfully. And also the current question is, like you have configured and it started, you have configured the file listener for arrives only, and you didn't configure for is updated. Now if I go and if I update any files which are present in C:FL4, will that bytes, number of bytes gets reflected into the snapshot file or not? Let's see that. Now I have created a file in that folder C:FL4, FL8. Now when I click on this FL, like if it got started, and you can see, so one de1.txt with 0 bytes. So it got arrived. So as we have configured the FL for only arrives, so this got, like it got picked up by FL. Now the question is, I will go and update this file. Let's see whether this will be picked up or not. Okay, and it will be reflected in the snapshot file or not. This is the current state of the snapshot file. So it gets reflected, it will get updated for every 15 seconds because we have configured to check that location for every 15 seconds. And we can see C:FL4 de1.txt. This is the time and this is 0 bytes. Now let me go and update. Now you can see I have updated this de1.txt file, but still it didn't pick up because the FL is configured for the arrived files. Now let me go and see the snapshot file. Now you can see the snapshot file, it will get updated for every 15 seconds. Now this got updated, this size got updated to 3 because I have updated as RAM. So 3 is the bytes, so it got updated. So that means even if you didn't configure the file listener for the update events, the snapshot, whatever the location that if you are updating or creating or deleting, that gets reflected into the snapshot file. That's the importance of the snapshot file. Now, what is the use of stop checking if rules are met? That means if, for example, you have configured FL for arrives and is updated, is deleted. Now you have configured for 3 events, and for example, file has arrived. Then if the file has arrived, then the one event got completed. So that's why FL will go into completed state. It won't wait for all events to complete. So that's the use of stop checking if rules are met. And what is the use of exclude events when the file is not running? That means if the FL is not running and FL is in stopped state and in the folder that is configured, for example, C:FL4, you have created some files, you have deleted, you have updated. So that if you want to exclude those events in order not to reflect for the file listener, then this option, you can check this option. Now, if you see, so this is the option exclude events when the file listener is not running. So this is stop check if rules are met. Okay. So if I check this option, that means if I check this option, so if you have 3 options that is selected, 3 events, but if any one of the event, if it's done, then the FL will go to a completed state. So that is very simple. And I'm going to show you this exclude events when the file is not running. I have checked this option. So let me save this. So in this folder, I am configuring for arrives, is updated or is deleted. That means if any event happens, then this FL will be running. Okay. Now, but here if you see, I didn't start the FL. Now let me go to the configure folder. Now here, let me create some DE2. So let me create some files. So let me create DD and let me create D. So let me update some of the files. So let me save this. And these are the events that I have done. Now let me start this FL. So I have started this FL. Now FL got started successfully. Now you can see, even if we have created, we have updated, we have done something in the folder, when the FL is not running, it is not picked up. So these files it didn't pick up. So that's because we have checked that exclude events when the file is running, it's not running. Now for me, for example, let me stop this FL. Now I'm going to uncheck this option, exclude events when the file is not running. Now let me save this option. Now, let me go to the same configured folder. Let me create some other files. I'm going to create one file and let me go and start the FL. Now we can see I have started FL. Now we can see whatever the file that got created. So those files, that is getting picked up. So that means even if when you uncheck that option, so even if the events that are happening at the background, so if that, because we have created this ddd.txt, so that's why it picked up. Now, what is the location? Like FL is created by a user A and it is exported with user B to prod and unable to trigger the FL with EA user. So this is one of the like issue that everyone will face. So if you are created with user A and if you export with user B to another environment, then you cannot start with user A because you have exported with user B. So all the permissions of user B will come to the FL in the other environment. So that's why you cannot start with a user. So then you need to do one thing. You need to export this as an a user to prod and then need to run, or else have all the permissions that a user has, and then you can trigger the FL. What is the location of snapshot file? So as we discussed in the previous sessions as well, like it will be in apps. So that means Infra Cloud Secure Agent Home apps and mass ingestion runtime data monitor. In that, if it is a file, then it will be inside file, that will be file listener.id.xml. Now, why the snapshot file? So why the name snapshot file is, in the snapshot file, the root element is snapshot. So that's why we call it as snapshot. You can call it as file listener id.xml as well. What is PSM in snapshot file? P stands for path, S is for size, and M is for epoch time. This is a location for whatever the file snapshot files. Now you can see data apps, mass ingestion runtime, data monitor file. So this is 41538. This is the file listener ID that got created. So inside this is snapshot file. Inside this, the content will be there. Now this is a content. Now you can see. So this is getting updated. So as I told that even if the file listener doesn't pick up, like whatever the activities, events that you do at that location, it will be logged in the snapshot file. So you can see snapshot is the root element. That's why we are calling a snapshot. S means size. So this is the number of bytes. And M means the epoch type format. So whatever it will be in epoch. And P means the path. And what are file events in the FL? So the file events, we know, like the file events are like arrives, is updated, is deleted. Now, how do you get to know that FL has been stopped? So if FL has been stopped, that will be logged in Informatica mft.log. So that I will show, like the entry I will show. What happens when you select event type as binding at start in the task flow and doesn't select any file listener or source at the task flow? If you if you select event type as binding and if you are not going to select any file listener or source, then the task flow will give an error. Next, what should be the binding type to be selected when uses FL at file watch task? So when using file watch task, then you need to have a binding type as SOAP or REST. Next, what is the default waiting period for file watch task when configured FL? So the default waiting period for file watch task will be 5 minutes. So this is for file watch task. That means in the task flow, you can use a file watch task. Next, what is the maximum value that can be defined at timeout in file watch task? So the maximum value is 7 days. After that, the task flow will go into the suspended state. Next, after any file event, then rest of the flow in the task flow starts when uses FL at the file watch task. What would be the status of FL? That means, as I shown in the previous videos, when you are using a file watch task, then the FL will be waiting for 5 minutes, and after that the rest of the flow will start. If the file event happens at first minute, then immediately the rest of the flow will start and the file listener will go into completed state, not the terminated or aborted state. Next, what are the 6 properties that can be overridden with file listener properties at file watch task? These 6 properties I will show you now. Is it possible to decrease the timeout value, say 1 for file watch task? So the default, as I told, 5 minutes. So is it possible to decrease for 1? That we can do. I will show you now. So this is the entry that will get logged in informatica.mft.log when a file listener is stopped. So monitor job and registration request received for file listener ID. So this is the particular ID 43084. And you can see at the task flow, like for example, I'm going to create a new task flow. So you can click on new and create a task flow. Now here you can see, so this is a task flow, and here at the start, so if you are using a file listener, then you will click on event. So after clicking on event, then this event source name will become, so when you directly save this, then the task flow will become invalid. So if the task flow was saved successfully, but it will become invalid because you need to choose any source or any file listener you need to choose here. And the next thing is, like when you are using a file watch task, so if you are using a file watch task, so the default period will be 5 minutes. So let me unpublish this. And let me go and create a file watch task here. So if you create a file watch task, so let me keep it hidden. So this file watch task, and you could click on input fields. Now click on plus. So these are the 6 properties that we can add it here. So let me show you that. So let me select the FL underscore, let me select that FL underscore demo 8. And as this is a file listener, then you can see all the input fields. If you click on plus here, then you can see the input parameters. So these are the 6 input parameters that can be override to that FL. So notify file success to the first one, runtime environment, timeout, and file pattern, and folder path. So these are the values that you can override. So if FL is having file pattern is some other different value, then if you want to override here, then you can use these 6 values. And input and timeout, when you click on timeout, so here, like when you click on, like you can give that timeout values. So by default, it will be 5 minutes. If you want for 1 minute, as I told in the PPT, you can change to 1 minute. So these are the FAQs on file listener. Now, if you like this video, you can provide your feedback to this. Thank you for watching this video.